Hi and welcome to another tutorial. In today's lesson we'll learn how to recreate this cool looking flipped book text effect using Adobe Illustrator. So anyways guys, let's jump in. So the first thing that we have here is we have to create a new document. 1000 by 1000 pixels will be fine, and then just go create. Once we've got that, then what we need to do is we need to create a background layer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here, grab the rectangle tool, and then I'm just going to draw a square that will fill up my entire background. And then I'm going to change the color to black. Now what we need to do is we need to lock that layer. So I'm going to find where my layers are, and then I'm going to come over here and I'm just going to lock it. Now if you want to change the text, you can, and you can write whatever you like. So I'm just going to call it background. The next thing that we need to do is we need to create a new layer. So I'm just going to add a new layer and I'm going to call it text. And what I need to do is I need to come over here and find the T tool, and I'm just going to write some text on the screen. Now I am going to change the text color to white so I can see it, and I'm going to also change the font. I'm going to be using Mission Gothic Black, and I'm going to bump up the size to, let's say, maybe 150. And I'm also going to just change the case to all uppercase. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make it all caps. And then if I need to make it a little bit bigger, I can always drag this box out just so we have it like that. So that's looking pretty cool. And now what we need to do is we need to create outlines. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click and go create outlines, and this will create a vector of that text so we can't edit it anymore. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to rotate that 90 degrees, and I'm just going to pop it right over here in the corner. Then what we need to do is we need to search for a tool which is called Free Transform, and you can find the tool here, or you can press E on your keyboard to bring up the shortcut. Now once you click on that, then you have all these three options, and the option that we want is the perspective distort. So I'm just going to click on that, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab this top right hand corner over here and then just drag it down to get the effect that I like. So I don't want to move it too far away. All I'm going to do is hold shift and then bring it down until I get an effect that kind of looks something like that. So now once you're happy with your text, what you need to do is you need to duplicate it. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to hold Alt and click on the text and move it to the right, and that will create a duplicate, or you can use Control C, Control V to do the same thing. Now once you've got a little bit of space in between, what we need to do is we're just going to highlight both of those pieces of text, and we're going to look for this tool which is called the blend tool, or you can press W on your keyboard. So now what you want to do is you want to highlight both pieces of text, and then once you've got the blend tool selected, you want to make sure that your icon turns into a plus, and then when you click it, you can then create the values in between. Now, if you want to come over here and change some of the blend options, you can change it to, let's say, specified steps. And if you increase this to, let's say, 5, you can add more values in. But I'm pretty happy with 4, so I'm going to leave it like that. Once we've got that put together, what we need to do is we need to come over here to Object, go to Expand, and then what we need to do is I'm just going to right click and go to Ungroup, just so that we can highlight each part individually. So now once I've got that, then what I need to do is I just need to arrange it a little bit better. So I'm just going to hold Shift and just move them in slightly, just like that, one at a time. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply a gradient to this. So I'm going to come over here, I'm going to start at this last one over here, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to Arrange and Send to Back, just so it's behind all of them. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and click on the gradient tool, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up the gradient tool, and I'm going to make sure that I hit that, and then I'm just going to open up the gradient tool, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the gradient black to white, but I'm just going to increase this distance over here. So it's going to be darker on one point, and then it's going to go to white on the other point. And so now if you've done this correctly, you can apply it to the rest of your text. So all you have to do is come over here, click on the gradient, and you can click it and it will keep the same settings as you had before. So now I think that's looking pretty good. So what we need to do is I'm just going to rotate this. So highlight all of it and rotate it. And then I'm just going to place it in the middle of the document. And so now what we want to happen is we want this to be a book. So every one of these pieces of text, we want it to be like a page. So what we're going to do is we're just going to play around with some of these settings here. So we're going to maybe put that one maybe something like that, and then this one we'll put even more so, and then this one maybe something like that. And then you can just, you know, play around with some of these settings. You can even duplicate some of them if you need to have another one in there. So for example, now I can fit, let's say, one more, and this one we'll put just like that. Cool. So now once you've got one side of it, what you need to do is you just need to duplicate that, and I'm just going to rotate that, and we can put it together just like that. And then you can make it a little bit bigger if you like. And yeah, that's about it. Now you can take this to Photoshop and you can do whatever else, whatever other editing you want, or you can turn it into a poster or anything like that. So anyways, guys, that's about it for this lesson. This was a simple lesson on how to create a flipped book text effect using Adobe Illustrator. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time.